So this is Rebecca, and I am back with another one of my horses. This is Kodiak, aka Teddy, and he is my 9-year-old that showed 3rd level last year, schooling 4th this year, maybe a little pre-St. George. He had to have some time off due to no fault of his own, and so we're not really back up to the fitness level that we were last year. But I wanted to show you a little bit of his training regimen and what we have to work on with him. If you see him from the side, so he's a really big horse. He's 17.3, gorgeous head and neck and shoulder. Really nice angles to his hind end. He has a nice hind end. His weakest spot is actually this. He has a very high prominent wither, and his weakest spot is this, his back, and it's a very flat back, and he actually likes to hold it very flat. He doesn't brace it, he doesn't invert it, but he doesn't have much difference between, you can't really see because of the saddle. It's a very flat back, kind of easy to fit a saddle to, lots of room because he's a big horse, but we always have to get him to sort of engage this part of his pelvis junction into his lumbar region, and you'll even notice that when he's like going around the field. Like, it's just something about him and his biomechanics of this is his part that he just doesn't engage as much. So he's got plenty of push power, but has a little harder time with the collection also because he's really big, right? So he's tall, he's not exceptionally long or anything, but he does have, you know, long neck, long body, long legs. He's just a big horse. A lot for me to put together at 5'4", especially being an amateur, not riding 20 horses, 10, 20 horses a day. I do need to start working out more, which would help me, but right now my schedule is just not conducive to that. I've got way too much going on. Anyhow, we are out in the field today because this is this place where I really like to work him. I like to work a lot of horses out in the field. I think it refreshes them mentally. I also think even in this flat area, there's undulations of the ground that really help with their proprioception. And so I'm just gonna come over and check my camera real quick, but if everything looks okay, then we're gonna just get started with his warm-up. I did, as I do all the horses, take them for a hack around the property and just loosen their joints up. Even though they get a lot of turnout, I still like to kind of get them going. So let's check the camera here. So sorry if this is going to be a little bit weird. So this is going to be quite a bit different warm up from my other horse that you saw, which is Jovi. This horse is obviously higher trained, and he has different issues. So what we need to do is have rideability of this big horse. He's got a fair amount of go in him, so I don't have to push him to go like I do Jovi. He's a little lighter off the aids, but I do kind of have to supple this big body, and it starts right in the walk. So I will start moving his body parts around and just gently, quietly, slowly start getting him. And I put things together fairly quickly because of his education. So that was shoulder in, this is haunches in, around the curve of the circle. Not too slow, bud. Now I'll throw in a little leg yield. Yeah. Good. And then maybe another little haunches in here. Good. And then we'll do a little turn on the haunches. Good. And then we'll switch it up. We'll do a little turn on the forehand. Good. And then I'll go into a little haunches out. So a little counter bend. This is all just getting him moving around, you know, with fairly light aids. I don't need to have him like really, you know, high in the frame. This is just to supple. This is just to loosen. Now I'm going to ask him to walk a little bit more out, forward, and out and down. Yeah, more of like an extended walk. Good. And then we're going to do it in this direction. So just establishing the bend to the left. Make sure I can half halt on this right rein. Good. Little shoulder in. Marching, marching, marching. It's important in the walk not to let your pelvis just get stagnant and stuck. And then we'll do the same thing. We'll do a little around the bend, around the curvature of this little imaginary arena that I'm riding on. And then I'll leg yield out. Good. Good. And then I'm going to just I'll turn on the haunches. Good. And you can see he's very well educated in a lot of this stuff. Turn on the forehand. So it's just really good to start moving his body parts around, and then we'll go haunches out. It's kind of exactly what we did in the direction. Start suppling him in the trot. Now you'll notice right from the get-go, I don't send this horse really far, really like hardly forward. Sometimes he gets a little spooky about the woods. I don't really like send him forward. He's got a nice forward way of going about him. So when I go into the trot, it's nice and easy trot. Again, I'm working on balance and suppleness. So we'll start with the lateral work in the trot work. And this is just easy peasy rising trot, establishing a nice rhythm. Yeah, letting him get his coughs out. Yep. Let him clear his lungs and do a little circle here. I lengthened my rein, so if he needed to put his head down to cough, that's fine. Yeah, good. He does have like a need every time I ride to kind of get the snorts out. So pick the reins back up, little shoulder in. Good. Gonna come around. Little haunches out. Lazier today. Caught out. Good. And so I'm actually going to leg heel him in. Switch my diagonal and go the other direction. Hop out on the left rein. Left rein, good. And then shoulder forward, shoulder in. Good. And then we'll go, yeah, good. Bend left, bend right. Haunches in. A little stickier off that left hind. Left leg. Good. I'm going to go a little haunches out. Good. Yeah. Good. Straight. Pay attention. Good. Now I'm going to ask for just a little more impulsion, and then I'm going to leg yield off this left leg. And he's a little stickier. Change my diagonal. Yeah, that helps. Yeah. Good. Right now we're just kind of loosening. We're just getting, so now I'll start to do some tempo changes so that I can keep the activity level. I really have him on my seat. Notice we're losing a little attention. Yeah, good, and back out again. This is just really important that when you amp up, that you can still keep them focused on you. Come on the circle here. Ask for a little bit more. Good. And then half hug. Good. And then out again. Good. Nope. Bend left. Good. Good. Then we'll ask for a little bit more. Cross the diagonal. Good. Half hug. And bend right. So plenty of power there. Plenty of movement for the extended gaits. And this horse, it's just keeping the packaging, keeping the hind end active, keeping him focused so he's not a little hunches. Oh, his hunches swung out there. Had to catch that. It's keeping him focused on me as we add a little power. And yeah, good. 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 So he just gets more and more connected over his back with these little exercises of sending him forward and bringing him back. Sending him forward and bringing him back. Sending him forward and bringing him back. Good. And then downward transition into the walk. Okay, so that's the trot work. And the next video will cover a little bit of his canter warm up. See you in the next video. That's it, guys.